Hey everyone, it's Nick. Today I want to show you something incredibly cool which involves the new Minecraft 1.9 Frostwalker Enchanted Boots. And let's imagine this scenario right here. This is a really nice room with a security checkpoint, and behind that security checkpoint there are all our precious farms that involve redstone and mostly water, because you know, water is gonna freeze if you walk next to it with these Frostwalker Enchanted Boots, and that is of course not what you want to happen if you have an item stream that transports items from place A to place B, or a sugarcane farm, and then accidentally hit a sugarcane while the water is transformed into ice. That will kill all the sugarcane that you've got around, so you want some sort of indication that you have these Frostwalker boots on, and that is what we have right here. So let's just walk to the doors. They will close because we have that enchantment on, and then we can take that off and wait a little bit and the doors will open up again. Of course, if we have the Frostwalker Enchanted Boots off, everything will be normal. We can just walk on through, but once we put them on again, the doors will close. This works with a really simple concept of water freezing right next to our walkway. I have glass right here so we can see what is going on, and if we walk you can see that there's ice generating, and that ice powers a bud switch which will then open and close these doors. If you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, let's take a look at this simple contraption right here. It's the exact same thing that we've got going on right over there, but just with some more glass. So we have the boots on, and it doesn't matter whether you're in creative or survival, so I'm just gonna do this in creative for the sake of making this video a little easier to produce. And if you walk on top of solid doors, that is blocks, not doors, it's important to walk on solid blocks, because on transparent blocks the Frostwalker enchant will not take effect on water that is right next to it. So just place some solid blocks right here, which you will probably do anyway because you don't want to see the messy redstone in 99.99% of the cases. But let's get to the thing here. So as you can see, the water will freeze into ice, and then that ice triggers this bud switch. A bud switch is nothing else but a block update detector, and whenever the water freezes right there, this piston, which is powered diagonally, so not powered directly, but once it gets a block update, like from placing a block or from the ice freezing in this case, it will extend, and that will then trigger this redstone right here, which will turn off these torches and then close the doors. Right now it's extended, but we can easily fix that by removing this redstone here, debugging it, and then placing that redstone back. So now it's in its good state, and we can walk over it with our Frostwalker boots on, and then the doors will close, and once we take them off everything will be back to normal because the water doesn't freeze, thus not updating the piston right here. So now if you haven't got how to build it from there, it's easy to do from this chest. Of course you can pause the video whenever you like, and when you think it's too quick, then just rewind the video a little bit and then you should be able to build one yourself. So start off by placing a sticky piston with a redstone block on its face somewhere in your world, preferably there where you want your doors to be, and then water right next to it like so. So just 3 blocks right there, and then water right here. This is going to be the same level as your walkway, so we can place that right here already. And it's important to have it there because if you walk with your Frostwalker enchant on this level, it will have no effect on the water. But redstone wise, we only need 1 repeater here that is set to 2 ticks, so right click the repeater once, which then goes into a block and then into 2 other blocks like this. On all of these we will add some redstone and it'll look something like this. So the piston is not powered directly, but once it's updated with a block update, it should extend. So we can test that out with our Frostwalker enchant, move a little bit and it extends, and once the ice melts into water again, it will retract. That is exactly what we want. And to speed up this process just a little bit, we can add some glowstone, which provides a light source, thus making this melt a little faster. And then of course you can use whatever you want. It doesn't have to be doors, but I just like the in your face method best, because that indicates you the best, in my opinion, that you have something wrong on your feet, that you don't want to get near your farms. But you can also use lamps that indicate that you have these boots on, or note blocks, whatever you fancy. I'm just gonna show you how to make the doors, and we can easily achieve that by placing doors like this and then having repeaters go into it like this. For example, let's make them go in from the back. Of course, you can compact this down a little bit. Then what you will see is that the signal will not be the way we want it to be. So when the ice is there, the doors open, and when the ice is not there, the doors close. We can easily fix that by inverting the signal like this, and now the doors are open. We can extend our walkway just a bit, like so, and then yeah, when the ice is there, the doors will be closed, which is not the case right now. But you can simply reset it by removing this redstone, then updating it and placing this redstone again, and then it should be good to go. It just happens to glitch out a little bit when building things right next to it, but now that you have the Frostwalker enchant on, the doors will close, and when you take it off and walk across, the water will not freeze, the bud switch will not trigger, and you can just walk right on through. Okay, I hope you could understand this video. I try to make it as easy as I could, and I want to thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see an invisible player detector, click the box on the left, and if you'd like to see how you may be inspired to build some better builds just like this one, click the box on the right. If you want to see some more videos of me in the future, click the subscribe button. And other than that, I want to thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and we'll see us later. Goodbye.